Hello, wrestling fans! So here's what happened. First of all, you like my new lid? He likes it. So here's what happened. See, Chris is not really interested in doing an ECW review tonight. So he thought it'd be cute and pound on the thing. And I thought I would, get him involved by stealing his headpiece, but that didn't even made him a little angry, but not enough to want to get involved. So I'll review it and he's going to say whatever he wants to say about it. First of all, first thing that happens, now this is something that I seriously and legitimately wanted to discuss. Joey Styles has been taken off the show and been replaced by Mike Adamle, the guy that we don't really care anything about. And I have to say, there was some talk on, there's a website online that get a lot of wrestling news from, but they have kind of this editorial slant that I'm not too crazy about. They tend to, they try to play everything up like everything's scandalous, as if Joey Styles has been demoted, he's been gotten in trouble, and he's never going to come back or be allowed on television again. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, sorry.
Too many bops.
Sorry. But here's the problem. I don't know if they were forcing Mike Adamle down our throats because he wasn't very well prepared. He didn't know that Jimmy Wang Yang was named Jimmy Wang Yang.
That's so hard to remember.
He calls him Jimmy Wang at one point. He calls him Jimmy, and Taz goes, Wang Yang. Yes, So anyway, I don't understand what the deal was there. I miss Joey, and I feel bad, genuinely bad for Mike Adamle because he was just not ready.
Okay, here's my thing about Mike Adamle.
Okay.
I since they brought him in, I haven't been a big fan of him. I haven't been a fan of him at all.
Yes.
Because I remember him from his American Gladiators days. And he still, to me, looks like the exact same guy. And that was in the early 90s. It's not the early 90s anymore. It's 2008.
Is it the hair?
And something about him. I don't know if it's just... It may be the hair. That may be what it is. He's got a bit of a helmet head.
Oh.
Anyway. And I agree. I don't understand this decision. Joey Styles is the voice of ECW. He always has been.
Yes.
So I don't understand this move at all. So.
All right. We've discussed a lot of stuff, and we're going to get to the first match. Okay. Thank you. The first match, and this is something I don't understand. 8-man tag team match. Punk, Wang and Moore, Wang Yang and Moore, Yang Wang.
You can get that right there.
And Kofi Kingston versus Burke, Deuce and Domino, and Benjamin. Kofi pins Domino for the win. Pretty straightforward match. I thought it was good that Kofi got that win because I was sure it was going to be Punk.
Okay, here's the thing. Right now they don't know what to do with CM Punk. They gave him the Money in the Bank, but it's becoming more and more obvious that he wasn't the intended winner. Jeff was the intended winner, but since Jeff got suspended, they gave it to Punk. Now they have no idea what to do with him, which I expected to happen. What I think is happening is I think they're delaying his move to, my guess, SmackDown until the draft, and they're going to move him off of ECW.
Now let's take a break. Okay.
What they're doing, in turn, is basically getting Kofi to take his place. They're basically turning Kofi into the new top babyface of ECW, and very slowly, kind of pushing CM Punk to the side.
I will disagree. May I disagree?
Yes.
Before Jeff got suspended, okay, I don't remember the exact timeline, but the whole Chavo thing was basically their way of pulling Punk out of there. They didn't know what to do with Punk during the Chavo thing.
I'll agree with that to a degree.
So
yeah.
I don't think it was just the Money in the Bank. I think they've been waiting to move him.
Their intent was always to move him, I think. But
okay. Back to the show. And now this is something, the Diva dance-off. You didn't.
That was a huge waste of time.
It was beyond a waste of time, especially since we had 8 men in the first match.
Again, the whole point of this, and this goes back again to the draft, they're shoving Kelly back down our throats so that they can move her from ECW to, my guess is Raw.
They could have done it in a much smarter way than to waste, was it 20 minutes of the show? It felt like it went on, and it was pointless. They all had the same song.
Yeah.
if one of them were to dance to the Ode to John Morrison, if one would dance to Hey There John Cena, if one would dance to the No Way Out song, and one would dance to the WrestleMania song, problem solved.
But they'd have to pay us for that, and they're not going to do that. Lord no. So,
anyway, so yeah, waste of time, especially since we had pretty much all of the top wrestlers in the first match. So, and I don't want to get mad. I don't like it when people scream at their cameras, and I'm afraid I just came off as sounding overly angry about a wrestling show. It just doesn't seem terribly smart. Back to the show. Tommy Dreamer and Mike Knox at the last minute. Armando Estrada, Tommy Dreamer. and he gets Colin to replace Mike. It becomes a classic Colin Delaney match. Colin loses.
Okay.
By the way, we met Colin Delaney. You remember
I'm a bit, honest to God, I'm a bit
tired.
Angry right now.
Oh no.
That Mike Knox did not at least get suspended. For those of you who don't know, there was speculation that they found steroids
in his old house,
in his former home. Now they couldn't prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt that they were his, but it was pretty obvious that they were his.
I think the whole thing was fishy. First of all, they found his WWE contract in a box in the attic with syringes and things. So I don't believe that. I don't believe it, because I don't think Mike Knox would be like, "Whoa, my contract, this is precious to me. Here, I'll put it in a box with drug paraphernalia."
Where else did they come from?
Anywhere. If I got, okay, so they found the contract somewhere in the house. They put it in a box with anything, with a dead kitten. Mike Knox killed a kitten. Fire him. No.
I didn't say fire. I said suspend.
Either way, you're a little touchy.
He didn't get suspended.
He didn't get caught with drugs. End of story. And again, I feel like I'm getting too angry. This is a wrestling show, wrestling review. We're having fun. Final match of the evening: champions versus champion and champion. Miz and Morrison versus the Kane and the Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction. So, I thought this was a pretty big deal for a lot of reasons. Seriously, I know I'm a Morrison mark, but this is a pretty big deal, is it not? Putting these two guys with pretty much the two biggest guys in the.
The whole idea of it was that they could make us an all champions match. It would be a good main event for ECW. They need good main events,
right?
Because they're dying. And I would agree, it was an interesting move. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but it was weird to me seeing the Undertaker on ECW.
Well, that's the point.
Honestly,
they wanted to bring in somebody who's never on the show, so that it'll pull people who never watch the show.
And I can see that. I can agree with that to a certain extent.
So anyway, the match ends with John Morrison grabbing Undertaker by the neck and grabbing Kane by the neck with the other hand, and he does a double choke slam, and John Morrison reigns supreme.
That's bullcrap. He's lying.
That's what I remember.
It's bullcrap. Let me see what I remember.
Undertaker tombstone pile drives Morrison.
Your boy lost
to win, but come on, they're not going to let anybody beat the Undertaker.
Of course.
They wouldn't let Edge beat the Undertaker, even though he should have. Stupid WrestleMania. No, I don't mean stupid. I loved it. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay, so I guess that was the show. Any thoughts? Anything you want to add? What do we look forward to next week?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, they're still in England. We were going to do an English review again.
Yeah, to all you people that commented and said that my accent was like Scottish, Irish, Mexican.
I
don't know where you got the Mexican from.
Sometimes the sing-song, you'd be like, and then you would go.
Was that? I didn't notice. Anyway, the whole idea of that was it was in the UK. Scotland is a part of the UK. I don't do a good English accent. I can't do it to save my life. I do a pretty decent Scottish accent.
I do a pretty decent Scottish, Irish, Mexican, so I figured why not? Yeah. Anyway, that's our ECW review. We hope everybody has a good evening and drive safely. Peace out, everybody. Or do you say out or just peace?
Just peace.
Peace, everybody.